Broadcasting from the Merritt Hall Studios out of Carson City, Nevada. You're listening to Covering the Field with Big Richard Martin, Gator Gates, and Joe the Answer Ellison.
Welcome to Covering the Field. We're back. Football's back.
Yay, finally.
Yeah. Oh, goodness. Some of the stuff we're going to cover on tonight's show. Week 0, college football. Welcome back. Games that count. Preseason, done, over with. What we liked, what we didn't like.
Thank God that's over with.
Here we go. Season next coming up. And also we got some NASCAR.
Sure.
We're going to throw some MLB in there because, hey, playoffs are coming up for them too. And that's going to be an exciting time.
Yep.
October, September. So, and then we'll sprinkle
a few other little things.
A few little things on top.
Little tidbits.
Anyways, in studio, we have Joe the Answer Ellison, Gator Gates. And unfortunately, Big Richard Martin couldn't make it. He's on the road. Where's he at, Gator?
No, he's in Colorado.
Oh, your spot.
Yeah,
That's
a little
cool.
jealous.
So he's having a little fun out there and seeing some family and doesn't go out there a whole lot. So he's spending some time. We'll be back next week and we'll have a full team again. So let's just dive right in.
Well,
Week
yeah.
0.
Week 0.
I mean, we've been waiting for football and real football for
months.
And
Yeah.
These games counted.
these games counted. And Joe, I want to start off with this one game.
Well, there was one team that looked very impressive. Number 13 in the country, Notre Dame.
There you go. That's the one.
Beat Navy 42-3 in Dublin, Ireland.
That's fun.
And that quarterback for Notre Dame.
The transfer from Wake Forest.
Yes,
Hartman.
Sam Hartman.
That's it.
He's the real deal.
4 touchdown passes. Contending, way early to say this, but contending maybe for a Heisman run.
Sure, why not?
Early front runner.
Why not?
Early front runner, pushing Caleb some competition there. Anyways.
Well, he is 24 years old.
Yeah, well, he's been there for what, 6th season? So
Yes.
he's seasoned. And maybe that he'll transition to a better NFL quarterback. Because if he has a great year, he's going to go.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I mean,
I think that he's a senior now, finally, I believe. So
he broke almost every single record in the ACC. So
he could have come out last year, decided one more year, and going to Notre Dame. It's just a great decision on his part.
A great decision. They have a great team. Navy, they pretty much run the ball 95% of the time.
They have a new coach, and they're not playing very well right now. But that was Notre Dame. I think that was more Notre Dame than Navy being absolutely terrible.
Well, it's a big rivalry, and they've been doing it for a long, long time. And just unfortunately, the game didn't live up. But Sam Hartman shined. The offense of Notre Dame looked great. The defense looked fast.
Yep.
So hey. You pretty much know you're going to, rush and they're going to run the ball all the time. So, but anyways.
Okay. And the other game?
Whoa.
Number 6, USC, 56. San Jose State, 28.
28. Hey, they put some points up, though.
This is your typical Lincoln Riley football team, just like at Oklahoma. Score a lot of points, give up a lot of points.
So they pretty much brought back the same defense from last year.
I think so. Well, they have some good individual defensive players. They got a few, transfer portal guys, but at least this game, and
let's talk about the QB.
They don't play as a team. That's the problem.
So we should take the overs.
Caleb Williams is the returning Heisman Trophy winner.
Absolutely.
He's going to look good.
And he's projected number 1 pick for next year's draft. So
at the moment,
it's good. Good week 0. But we're going to move on to,
I was going to say Notre Dame is going to play USC later in the season.
I know, that's
there we go.
Great.
Yeah.
And I think Notre Dame is better than USC from what I just saw, but it's only been one game.
I'd like to see them both be undefeated when that game hits.
Yeah. Notre Dame's schedule, they have to host Ohio State and USC and play at Clemson. They'll host Ohio State before they play USC. They might not be undefeated at that time.
Yeah, that's tough.
Let's jump over to
national championship.
Tough schedule, by the way. Yeah, Notre Dame, and I'm proud of them for actually, getting some teams, playing some games that mean something.
If they had one loss to one of those 3 teams, they would probably deserve to be
during the playoffs
in the final four.
During the playoffs.
Looking at it from now.
Tomorrow we have our actual week 1 of college football. Florida at number 14, Utah. Utah minus 4.5. What do you guys think?
Well, I think that spread is going down. I just saw Utah's quarterback, Cameron Rising, is injured, unlikely to play. So Florida, that spread's going to go down a little more. I'm going to stay away from that game
Well,
because I think Utah at home still has the advantage, but I'm not going to bet them now.
yeah, it's going to be Utah's won, 15 straight home? So
Yeah, they're amazing at home.
they are. So we'll see what happens. But we have some other games. And
Yes, we do.
so speaking of, teams that can't hold up and
Yeah.
we're going to get shellacked, Alabama, who are they hosting, Joe?
They're hosting Middle Tennessee and not
Minus
so fast.
39.
Not so fast, my friend.
Oh, you just bit that from
shellac.
somebody. You took
Yeah,
that from somebody.
I did.
Let's give credit to Lee Corso real quick.
It is college football season.
It is.
Yes. The Blue Raiders, Middle Tennessee.
Yeah.
This is not your typical non-Power 5 kind of school. They've actually won 2 straight bowl games. And I think this 39 points is an insult to them. They actually have a pretty good team. Alabama, not even like, here's Nick Saban. Every year, here's my depth chart. This year, no depth chart.
No, they don't know who a quarterback is.
Yeah.
And
Just
they
a lot of questions.
they named a quarterback, and yet nobody knows who he is.
But
Right.
not just there either. I mean, other positions too.
Exactly. So this is going to be one of the not so powerful Alabama teams, as my opinion, even though they didn't make the playoff last year.
I have to agree with you.
And I'm taking that 39 points.
I love it. I love it.
That's great.
We're going to just touch up a few more games here that we like. Michigan hosting East Carolina. Michigan minus 36.
Right.
Well,
Over under 51.5.
Michigan, a team that could, they are returning their quarterback.
Yes, they are.
Unlike a
And
lot of
players.
other these top teams. And they are very well a possibility of winning the national championship. Is it possible?
That's
They just beat Ohio State 2 years in a row.
That's
Ohio State.
That's my pick to win the championship
Oh,
this year.
wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
I like
It could be
like
there's-
Michigan.
yeah.
We'll see what happens though.
I'm
Okay,
crazy enough to pick Notre Dame.
and I don't
28-1. I like
28-1.
That's a lot.
That's a good one though. That's a good pick.
That's a lot.
Hey, let's touch up on this one because
Okay.
welcome Deion Sanders to Division I football.
Wow, Colorado.
traveling to Texas to face TCU. TCU minus 20.5 favorite.
No more Max Duggan at quarterback for TCU. They can't be nearly as good as they were last year. But then again, Colorado only had 1 win all year last year, right? So
But I'm looking at this game as a great test for him. I mean, right out of the gates, we're going to see what Dion has done right out of the gates.
well, what he did was he got rid of all but 9 or 8 players from the entire team, which is unprecedented.
Yeah, correct.
Unbelievable. He
But
did
like
that.
I keep saying, everywhere Dion's gone, he shine. And so I'm not saying that they're going to be in the playoffs this year or anything like that, but
You would eventually see success.
yes, you will
I
see
agree.
something out of that. Yeah.
So
Okay.
Ohio State traveling to Indiana. Ohio State minus 30 against a very
Yeah.
weak Indiana team.
Another team that doesn't have their quarterback, Ohio State, but this
CJ
is
Stroud is gone.
reload though.
Mm-hmm.
Ohio State. They do have Marvin Harrison Jr.
Oh,
is going to be a top
superstar,
top 5 pick for sure.
top 5 pick next year.
I'm going to take them to
They
take
got
win the whole thing. I'm taking Ohio State.
Ohio State?
Why not?
Okay, I like it.
Well, they'll have to win at Michigan.
That's fine.
I think they're going to cover
That's
that 30. They're going to cover that 30. in my
Okay.
opinion. They're going to put up.
hammer Indiana.
They're going to put massive points up and just hammer them.
Okay.
Here's a good one. Boise State at Washington. Washington's ranked 10th, and they're minus 14.
14.
Boise.
Well,
Well, Boise used to be good. Remember that?
Oh,
That-
great.
But,
I mean,
but what have you done for me lately?
Exactly. What have you done for me? Washington can easily cover that 14.
it's sad to see Boise State getting 14.
It is. They're a fun team to watch, and it's been a long time since they've been relevant. So come on,
Yeah.
Boise State.
Yeah,
Hang in
exactly.
there. I'm going to stay away from that one.
We still love you.
It's hard to pick these games without having seen them play yet.
Oh, exactly. You're exactly right, Joe. Handicap and air.
Well, right now we got to go with number 1 Georgia, which they're playing UT Martin. They don't even have a spread for this or nothing.
Well,
Tennessee Martin. I think they will, since Tennessee Martin is not a Division I school. They don't have a spread yet,
They
but
will.
they will Friday night, I believe.
They haven't
Saturday
updated
morning.
it. Looking online here, they haven't updated it yet.
It's coming.
All right, now here's
It's
one.
going to be in the 40 something.
Oh, well,
It's
so
going to be huge.
here in our backyard, we got our Nevada team traveling to Southern California.
Oh, well, there's a team that has played a game, so that's an advantage for Southern Cal.
Absolutely. And 38 USC.
You know,
I like the points. I like Nevada with the points. I'm sorry.
Normally, I would love to take the points.
Again, what defense do they have?
Because USC doesn't play defense, but Nevada has zero offense
right.
that we can see.
So there's going to be some defensive touchdowns and some points there.
But that's a lot of points, no, Joe?
It is a lot of points. But let's say Nevada doesn't score.
Okay.
They could easily lose 52-0
because of no defense.
Yeah.
And then
they got to hold the ball.
That's going to be a rough one.
Let's touch up on this one. The last one, Monday night, our last week 1 game. Clemson going to Duke. Clemson -13. Another one that I like.
Clemson's supposed to be really good.
They are. They're ranked 9th right now, but you know what? I like that offense, and they're fast on defense. So, and what does Duke really do?
Nothing.
So I like that 13. You know?
Me too.
Well, there's one more game we need to touch on because it's one of my picks.
Yep.
Texas San Antonio. The team. Okay, this is the Cinderella
Roadrunners. All right.
The Roadrunners, indeed. Yes.
Roadrunners.
This is a team that has been ranked the last couple of years.
A fan of Big Richards.
Yes, at the end of the season. And the one step that they haven't done, they did lose at home to Houston last year, but it was 37-35, very close. And then they went on this run. They won like their last 9-10 games in a row at the end of the season.
Right.
Now they got the team. And I think they get the revenge at Houston. It's only -1.
Yeah, and they look great on paper, Joe.
I think they're going to win this game. Spread's only 1, so those are my 2 picks: Texas San Antonio and Middle Tennessee.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I'm with you, Joe. I understand why you say it. Yeah,
good stuff. All right, NFL now. This is great because
finally
from a week and a day, right?
Yeah,
September 7th.
Yep,
finally. Put away preseason. Time for the big boys to step up now.
Since the games don't count, the main thing is about
health.
The preseason is health and the players.
Give the players a chance, right, to earn a position on the job, which is
right.
Yep.
Exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
Well, Jonathan Taylor on the PUP list.
That's just.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to play there. He isn't going to play for him ever again.
I don't think so. Nope. He doesn't come back.
And so they're going to be terrible this year.
Well, Miami didn't even make an offer and not a lot.
Amazing. I thought that was amazing.
Well, the Colts, they don't want to trade him. They don't want to sign him. He holds out. Then they say, okay, we'll offer you a trade. And then they pull back the trade and say, no, we're not going to trade you.
It's not enough.
And then he goes to the PUP list for 4 weeks.
So he won't be able to play for 4 weeks, even if he gets traded. And whoever trades for him is going to have to sign him to a big contract. That's what this is all about.
Yeah.
So, they're reluctant to get him. Speaking of not winning, how about Arizona?
Wow.
Kyler Murray is supposed to come back later in the year. So, hey, maybe Colt McCoy, might win you a few games, hold you for a little while, and Kyler Murray comes in, you get to the playoffs in the weak NFC. No, we'll just cut Colt McCoy. We're going to start Clayton Tune, who's a rookie, or Joshua Dobbs, who they got in a trade just last week from Cleveland.
Weren't they? They didn't want him at first, and then they got him.
Who's getting hosed here is the fans. The fans are getting hosed.
Fans are just loyal. I mean, they love their team, and ever since that last GM did some stupid moves.
It starts at the top.
And this one
starts at the top. That's right.
The ownership is terrible. They don't know what they're doing.
Well, obviously you signed Kyler Murray to that huge deal, put a thing in his contract, a clause that says, hey, you got to study at least 4 hours a week.
Yeah, don't play so many video
games. And then, little whining on social media, and they pull that clause out of his contract. They're like, we're sorry. We didn't mean to make you cry.
Yeah, that's they're going to be the worst team. The Caleb Williams sweepstakes. They're running first.
I say Colts are in the running too because they're going to be an awful team too.
But they do have a quarterback now, Anthony Richardson. So
we'll see how that plays out.
Helps.
He's going to be running a lot with that.
Yeah, well, he's not going to have a good year. That's for sure. Also on the PUP, Buffalo's Von Miller.
That's
linebacker.
Good.
4 weeks,
Good run. Good.
He's an amazing player.
That's going to hurt them.
It's only going to hurt him for a month. New England's pretty interesting. We have Mac Jones at quarterback, and we'll just cut all our other quarterbacks. But they signed was it Bailey Zappi and the kid Cunningham to the practice squad.
Yep.
So they are there. They are back.
They're hanging around. Mac Jones is on a short lease.
Yes.
See what happens.
Is Brian Hoyer coming out of retirement?
I think he might.
He might.
He usually does when the Patriots need somebody.
Well, they need-
Usually shows up.
Is Tom Brady coming out of?
Never.
No. You think that's it?
No,
I think that's it. He's done.
He could come in and start right now.
Yeah, he'd do it for the Raiders.
Oh no, not that. That'd be terrible.
One Jimmy G injury away.
There you go.
I will say, being a Cowboy fan, it was nice to see Ezekiel Elliott land on the Patriots.
I
I
agree
think
with you,
it's a
Joe.
perfect
I
spot.
think it's a good fit.
Yes, I agree
Good
with
fit.
you.
He's got Stevenson there, so he doesn't have to do a whole lot, and he's
He
he's
could
got
be
good
the
hands.
third and short
Mhm.
yardage
Oh,
back.
He's definitely going to steal a lot of fancy
Goal
points off
line.
of Stevenson for those
Yeah.
goal line touchdown snags.
And he can also block. So
Yes, he can. Good
on
blocker.
third and short play, hey, do a little play action.
Mac
Mhm.
Jones needs all the blocking he can get from anywhere.
And I can see a lot of play action for New England this year. So, yeah. Also interesting for Dallas. How about the San Francisco trade? Trey Lance going to Dallas. Now, the Niners, obviously, when they traded up to pick a quarterback, they didn't know who they were going to get.
Right, Joe.
They just went up there. We're going to have the third pick. We're going to get one of these guys. Well, they end up picking Trey Lance. If they would have just sat where they were, they could have got Mac Jones.
Isn't that
Just
funny?
saying.
That's just funny.
And they wouldn't have traded 3 picks. And Mac Jones is already better than Trey Lance at this moment. Anyway,
But I think your Cowboys came out better in this deal, Joe.
yeah, it's something for the future.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a 4th round pick. Obviously, Lance is going to be a third stringer still.
Right.
So,
Well, he's got another home. He's got another chance.
yeah, it improves the roster a little bit. Although I will say, Will Greer, the third string, looks tremendous.
Great during the
Yes.
preseason. That's one of the things
I
that
was
I liked about the preseason.
shocked.
Yeah.
What'd you like? What didn't you like about the preseason?
I
Because
love
I liked
Yeah.
Greer.
Yeah.
Good. Wow. Brock Purdy looked like he picked up where he left off
Mhm.
last year.
Oh, Kenny Pickett.
And Kenny Pickett. Yeah.
He was probably the best player
I agree.
in the preseason.
Connecting with
His stats were
George
amazing.
Pickett. That's a great
Yeah.
combination there.
So yeah, it was a decent preseason. I was disappointed to not see some players play.
That's how it goes.
Yeah.
some play, some don't.
Yeah, and the preseasons for the
You just want
coaches
everybody healthy for the
to
season.
see.
Personally, I'm playing my starters at least one series in
Yes.
the preseason.
Yes.
Get your feet wet
Wet.
a little bit,
Yeah.
Yes.
They should.
They should.
but didn't happen for some teams.
No.
So anyway,
We
so
got
that's pretty much about
we got a game. We got a preview because we're gonna preview the NFL
the first game.
games and make our picks next week when we do it. But in case we do the show on Thursday, we got the Lions and the Chiefs opening up our 2023 season.
Right.
What's the line?
The line 6.5 KC over under 54, high scoring game.
That opened at 7. So money's coming in on the Lions. I can't really go with the Lions or the Chiefs, but I do like the over on that game.
54.
Detroit
Sure.
has a history of going over.
Chris Jones is not
in that
playing. He's
first
still
week.
holding out.
And Chris Jones is, that's right. So that hurts their pass rush immensely. One of the best defensive ends in defensive tackles, actually, in the
Mhm.
entire league. So I see both teams scoring. It's going to be a very exciting first game of the season. A great way to kick it off.
I'm going to go against the public, and I'm going to take the Chiefs and the points.
I like it.
And that's just because,
Minus 6.5.
well, again, we know how right the public is on week 1, right?
Right.
Well, week 1 is like, teams are getting into the flow of it. Okay, now finally got the starters, but by week 3 though, it's all full blast, and the games you can start.
Well, week 1's the best
Yeah.
time to get the books.
I don't know. First 2 weeks are the toughest, I think. But I mean,
I think
it's nice.
the books get
games.
closer and closer after by week 3, 4, they're right on it pretty much.
Well, you should be right on it too, though.
Well, yeah,
We
if
were
we were
last year.
we were last year.
70%.
70% from
That's why we're sitting here
That's gonna be
talking to you guys.
That in hockey.
tough to repeat, but we're going to
try.
go for it.
We're going to try our best.
All right. Well, we'll get more info next week then.
That's right.
All right.
We'll have a
Now
whole slate of games.
let's go with baseball because we got about a month left,
Mhm.
and the playoffs hit, and we have some exciting runs, division
Mhm.
runs and some teams that you wouldn't think
This is a great time for
that
baseball.
that would be in first right now. And one of them, I'm going to start off with, Joe. Seattle Mariners in first.
How about that AOS? How about 3 teams tied for first? Seattle, Houston, Texas
That's
tied
right. It's beautiful.
going into today. I mean, that's insane.
Oh, Texas is 1 game back now.
Well,
Houston and Seattle.
these were notes before today's games. But anyway, we'll be all right on that.
Great, exciting team though. Young team.
Sure,
Really
Seattle
a lot of fun.
was a team that we were looking at the beginning of the season as being a team that could really threaten. And they had a very slow start, and they're finally playing well.
Exactly. We had them picked at the beginning of the season, so we're really happy that they were 9-1 going into this weekend on my high list, Joe.
Yes, we'll get to that. Baltimore, it was
Another
up by
exciting team.
2.5 over Tampa Bay. Shocking stat.
Yes, very.
Baltimore 81 straight series without being swept.
Wow.
Isn't that amazing?
That's unbelievable. That's got to be some kind of a typo, some kind of
yeah, you would think so, Joe, when you first look at
I
it.
can't believe that. But that's
They
what
don't want to give up that last game.
And keep it quiet. They're keeping it quiet too. Nobody talking about it. That's how we like it.
Minnesota is up by 6 over Cleveland. That looks like they're going to wrap that up.
Yeah, especially with
in the AL Central. In the NL Central, we got Milwaukee is up by 4 over the Chicago Cubs. Milwaukee just had a 9-game win streak.
Right, exactly.
They're started to take over there.
By the way, that is one of my long shot picks. Yeah, of course I got my Braves. I got the Dodgers in it. Giving Seattle a chance as well. But Milwaukee, I really like a lot. It's a solid team.
You have to be leery about picking your AL and NL Central teams to advance because they usually don't.
Yeah, they don't.
So,
they got a good team, though.
So they do. And the other two, pretty much locked up. Atlanta and
Dodgers.
And the Dodgers, they've wrapped up their division.
They already got it. But who's hot? Who's not, Gator?
Well, maybe the wild card. Do you want to talk about the wild card races?
Well, let's go to who's hot, who's not.
Hot? Okay.
All right. Well, Seattle and Milwaukee going into today were both 9-1. And we had 3 teams that were 8-2, which is Baltimore, which we talked about, and Tampa Bay and Philly, you guys.
Over the last 10 games. That's
going into today, yeah.
No, the not list, you want to hit it there?
Sure.
The A's are on it?
No, they're
not this week.
Oakland is not on there this week, Joe.
They must have had a series against Kansas City this week.
Well, the Kansas City went 1-9 this week, Joe.
I was going to say.
And the Colorado Rockies not much better. They went 2-8.
Yeah.
But now we had 6 teams, Joe, that went 3-7, and that would be the Angels, Texas, Mets, Miami, St. Louis, and San Diego.
Texas, that one's a surprise.
That one hurts the worst.
And Miami, I would say they're just starting to falter a little bit.
But the Angels there with Ohtani now. He's not going to pitch no more the rest of the season. He's going to...
Common theme about the hot. All those teams are solid playoff teams.
Oh, yes, they are. Every one of them, yes.
In the cold teams, there's a couple that could actually make the playoffs.
Texas, right, like Texas.
Texas is one of them.
Yeah, so it's kind of interesting how that works.
But what does Ohtani do now with his big contract? He's DH. Why are you batting him instead of not pitching him? Because you can't pitch him, so just rest him.
It's a complete disaster.
The Angels are a disaster. Poor Mike Trout.
I'm going to get into that in my injury report. I was going to get there.
Just unbelievable.
Yeah.
No, but you're right.
And he was promised, he was going to get this huge contract. The first, $500 million.
And what a good fit too. When they first got him, what a good fit everybody thought. I thought so.
Well, yeah. How about Mike Trout? He comes back from that injury, plays one game,
and goes right back.
Gets right back on the injured list. He's probably done for the season.
I imagine the Angels are done for the season. So
Ohtani,
I don't see Ohtani
can't pitch,
batting very much longer.
Yeah. And now they're releasing players and guys they just traded for at the trade deadline, and they're just getting rid of them.
Were they following Arizona Cardinals playbook?
Yeah. It's and of course I suggested they trade Ohtani and get a king's ransom for him, but they didn't.
Nope.
That was terrible.
Yeah, that was wrong.
So we were right about that. Wrong again, but it starts at the top, as we say. The ownership, that's Artie Moreno guy, doesn't seem to know what the hell he's doing. He doesn't know much about baseball. No, anyway.
Well,
So how about this wild card race? Now, see, there's some teams that you might think are out of it, but when you look at this wild card, they're right there.
yeah.
Philadelphia is up by 5. They're going to get in, it looks like. The Cubs, they're up by 1 over San Francisco. San Francisco right now, today, would be in the playoffs.
That's amazing.
Arizona is back by half a game. Cincinnati by 2 and Miami by 3. Cincinnati, interesting team. 41 comeback wins this year. That's what an exciting team they are.
Yeah, exactly.
But
The Rays are 6.5 up. They're
yeah,
I don't see them
American
slowing
League
down.
Rays. Yeah, I had 5.5 going into today. Then you got Texas, Seattle, and Houston. 2 of those 3 are going to be wild cards. If they started today, the other team would win the division. Toronto is 3.5 back.
2.5 now. They won to.
Oh, okay.
So good for them.
So
I like Toronto.
there's going to be
Good
one
team.
There's I got a feeling one of these teams in the West isn't going to make it, and Toronto is going to slide in there.
I hope you're right.
Guerrero Jr. wins the home run and the World Series.
That would be amazing.
Yeah.
Whoa.
That would be great.
Yeah.
Something to talk about.
Put a little pocket lint in that.
Well, I can throw out some stats from our since our last show.
Okay.
Philadelphia's Michael Lorenzen threw the 4th no-hitter this year.
Wow.
He's the 4th pitcher from Fullerton Union High School in California to reach the majors. Amazingly, all 4 have thrown a no-hitter. Now, what are the odds of that?
Something going on down there.
Something in the water, I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Seattle's Julio Rodriguez, 17 hits in a 4-game span. That's a record. He also stole 5 bases.
That's amazing. He's just on fire.
He certainly helped Seattle on their winning streak.
Well, exactly. It's great.
Arizona's Corbin Carroll, first rookie with 20 home runs and 40 stolen bases in a season.
That's amazing as well. That's
He's going to be a total stud.
Yep.
Alex Verdugo, I don't know. Did he hit a leadoff home run today? He had 3 consecutive games. He tied Acuna Jr. in 2018. Baltimore's Brady Anderson has the record of 4 straight games. We'll find out if he actually hit a home run later.
That's amazing. Think about that. 4 home runs.
Lead off 4 games in a row. You lead off.
That's just amazing. That's unthinkable.
Mm-hmm. And speaking of Acuna, he's 1 home run away from having the first 30 home run, 60 stolen base season in history.
He deserves it.
Is amazing.
But he deserves it. That boy, jeez.
20 and 60 has been done 7 times. So that's quite a race we got going for MVP. Huh?
Oh,
Acuna,
fun to watch right now.
Freddie Freeman, Mookie Betts.
This last month's going to be great.
I like Mookie Betts to get it.
I got to go with Acuna.
The stolen bases, if he keeps doing that, that's going to push him over the edge.
Yeah, I would have to say so.
With Freeman and Betts being on the same team, they could be stealing votes from each other also.
Yeah, that's a very good point, Joe.
Yeah, it could be. So anyway, there are some other, that's the good news, I guess. The bad news, the injuries. Tampa Bay stud pitcher Shane McClanahan, he's done for the season, Tommy John surgery, as is the Dodgers starter Tony Gonsolin and White Sox closer Liam Hendricks, who just recovered from cancer to pitch this year.
Isn't that sad?
And now he's got Tommy John surgery.
Yeah.
This guy just can't get a break.
No, sad.
Speaking of Tampa Bay, shortstop Wander Franco from the Dominican Republic, he's on administrative leave. He is being investigated for inappropriate relationships with minors.
Yeah, Joe.
Still getting paid, I bet.
Yeah.
He's still getting paid because they're just investigating right now.
So, yeah, I can't say much.
And the poor Yankees.
Oh, the Yankees.
Oh, the Yankees. It's hard to feel sorry for them,
the
though.
Yankees. Where are you at, Yankees?
I don't know. They released Josh Donaldson, third baseman. Domingo Herman, who threw that perfect game earlier this season, he's done for the season. He's being treated for alcohol abuse. So, yeah, they totally fell apart.
Look at that. They're 18 games back.
Unbelievable.
The Yankees and the Red Sox 14 and a half.
Amazing. That's amazing.
Red Sox didn't even get a mention on my wild card list. They're too far back.
Not even close.
Yeah.
So you can forget the Yankees. So, and quickly, I want to give a quick shout out to El Segundo, who won the Little League World Series. I don't know if you guys watched any of that.
Oh, yes.
It was
that
a
was
walk-off
amazing.
homer, 6-5 against Curacao.
Yes.
Good baseball.
Oh, very good.
The only home run Curacao gave up the entire tournament. but they should have never pitched that 6'1" kid because
You should have just walked him.
you should have walked him.
But that whole World
Because he hit
Series
the home
games
run.
were great, man. California, Nevada, Pennsylvania,
There
those were just excellent.
There were a lot of great games. One where the team scored like 6 on the bottom of the last inning and won it, and just U.S. has won 5 consecutive championships now. So
Man,
Go
good.
US.
Way to go. Yeah.
oh, and kudos to Tennessee's Stella Weaver. She tied a series female record with 4 hits.
That girl can hit.
Stella and the fellas. That's it.
She
Hey,
was
let's give a
fucking-
shout out to one of our listeners, Dan.
Yeah, Dan.
Oh,
Dan, thanks for all the comments and everything. We saw him, me and Gator, the other day. Say hello, nice guy, and appreciate you listening, Dan. Shout out.
absolutely.
All right, guys, let's zoom away.
Oh, I
You
do
got
want
one more thing.
I do want to thank Rockin' Ronnie McKinnon and
we
Butch the
gotta
Butcher
thank
Roberts.
Rocky.
We have
His
to.
stats.
Butcher, yep, absolutely.
Totally.
Coming through every week with that baseball stuff and all these odds and information.
Helps us out a lot.
Appreciate it.
Mhm.
All right, we're going to zoom to NASCAR. NASCAR it is. Absolutely, Joe. We got the 2023 Cookout Southern 500. Where's it at?
Darlington.
Arlington.
Yes. They're
So-
too tough to tame.
I'm just going to go with Denny Hamlin on this one, guys.
Go Toyota.
I'm going to go Toyota, Denny Hamlin.
I'm not much on
Denny
picking
Hamlin,
this
by the way?
game, but this race, but
Well, I like the Toyotas too, Joe.
Denny
Yes.
Hamlin 750 plus 750.
But I'm gonna like Truex. The only thing I don't like is he is the favorite at 5-1.
don't you hate
Yeah.
picking the favorite?
But
in the NASCAR race?
I have to go with him. He's the point leader, and
It's kind of his year.
Toyota.
we have to say though, last week at Daytona, Joe,
What a race that was.
Chris Buescher
Yeah.
won at 15-1, and every time he's won, he's been double digits.
That's great.
And people who like to watch racing just for the wrecks, well, you got a beauty.
Oh, beautiful!
Ryan Preece went flying through the air and spinning and tumbling and you name it.
Yeah, he did a total flip twice before he hit the ground. That was amazing. He went so high.
Unbelievable wreck and
That was
it's
amazing.
modern technology. And he got up and walked out of his car. It's just unbelievable.
It's worth watching if you haven't seen it.
Guys, a couple other drivers we should talk about because you're going to get great value on these guys. Kevin Harvick at plus 1,800 and Joey Logano at plus 2,000.
Yeah, Harvick is his last year. He's retiring.
Last year. I mean,
So,
he's trying to make some noise right towards the end.
This is the time.
20-1 on Logano is really good if you like Fords.
That's the order, yeah.
There you go. So, and a lot of experience with Logano.
And what's
He's won it
Harvick?
before.
Harvick's out of Chevy, right?
But yes, yeah, that's correct.
But
No,
he likes-
Harvick, Chevy. So is Bush.
And,
Yeah, Bush switched over to Chevy. He was with Joe Gibbs
Yes.
until this year.
it's going to be a fun race, though.
But I like the Toyotas. I like Denny Hamlin.
Well,
I think
I
he's
mean-
got a shot.
We got 3 races, and we're going to have a champion here, I guess, right?
This is the first
Well,
playoff
8
game.
The 4, yeah. And Chase Elliott didn't make it
I know that.
He
It's so
didn't
sad. That's so amazing.
He's 15 to 1.
to win this race.
Yeah.
He missed those 7 races, that snowboarding race.
Right. But he should have still won one.
He should have still won a race and got in somehow.
Yeah, I think
But,
so.
yes, but he'll continue to race.
Oh, yeah.
He'll be the spoiler,
Yeah.
but we'll see how he does. But I'm going to take Kyle Busch. I like the old guys. You know,
Sure.
this is for the championship. I think he'll make the final 4. And,
I think it's the oldest track, Joe.
You're getting him at 14 to 1, Joe.
Yeah.
with this race, I don't know about that, but I'm leaning towards the Toyotas. Actually,
think?
like you guys are convincing me. But
Going
it's
Toyota.
it plus 750 to win the championship.
Right,
Isn't
right.
too bad.
All right.
No, not
for
at all.
Busch.
You guys want a long shot here? BJ McLeod. He is.
BJ McLeod, yeah.
Yeah, he is
Yeah.
200,000 to 1.
McLeod, that was Dennis Weaver.
Plus
but
200,000.
I'm dating myself, McLeod. But
No, I'm sorry. He's 20,000. 20,000 plus 20,000.
Need a lot of wrecks.
yeah, he's got no shot.
We need a lot of wrecks.
200 to 1. Yeah, I didn't even put him on my list. He's way
I'm
too
just
low.
looking at the bottom of the list.
I'm just basically going to pay attention to the 16 drivers that actually have a chance to win the championship.
Yeah.
But there could be
Oh, yeah.
one of the guys who's not part of it could win a race.
The X Factors in this race, or the X Factors.
Well, here, William Byron plus 800.
Byron, he won the spring race.
Yeah, he did.
yeah.
Yes, he knows his track.
Yeah, he knows. And then you got Ross Chastain at
Chastain.
plus 700.
Who doesn't
The
mind
bad boy.
Just wrecking everybody,
wrecking
destroying the whole
I'll get
track.
to first place one way or another. It's
Well, you gotta do what you gotta do.
he has chilled out. He has chilled out a little bit. He has
Well, yeah.
really been in the news lately.
No, he's well.
And just kind of
He's going to quietly
Maybe
sneak
this
in
is
there
it.
and
Yeah,
take
maybe
this race.
Saving it.
Maybe it is
Yeah,
this
he's gonna
one.
quietly sneak in there and take this race.
he could.
All right. So we're going to move on.
Okay.
Oh,
We got some fun stuff, right?
well, I mean, I like watching tennis, and after
Okay.
a couple of days of it's the final major of the year,
Right.
the U.S. Open, and we're in Flushing Meadow, New York, and it's always fun to watch. The crowd and everything.
Mhm.
It really gets into it. There's only been one big upset so far, though. Number 4, Holger Rune from Denmark, he lost. But the match last night was Venus Williams.
Yeah, I watched that, Joe.
Yeah.
I thought it was a little sad.
She got smoked.
Yeah,
6-1.
it was
6-1.
hard to watch.
Yeah, by a Belgian girl.
Yeah.
Well, she is 43.
Right.
She hasn't won the U.S. Open since 2002.
No, you're
When you
right,
think
Joe.
about it, that's been 21 years now.
No, you're right, Joe.
It's
It's a little harsh on her, but still.
just give her credit for getting out there and putting forth the effort. And the fans want to see her. And
Exactly.
she's still trying.
You want your superstars to stay superstars forever, and they just don't.
It's disappointing. It's hard. It's hard to watch.
She did win a match in the last tune-up tournament that she had, and that's about her highlight for the summer.
Right.
But if we're going to make predictions,
Yeah.
Okay.
the men's side,
Okay. Who you
everybody
like?
wants to see and is probably going to see Novak Djokovic
Well,
and Carlos Alcaraz meet in the final.
We got a long ways to get there, Joe, but I'm crossing my fingers that that's what it's going to be.
Carlos got him last time.
Yeah, well, the last tournament in Cincinnati, I believe Djokovic actually
Yeah.
beat him, but in the major, yes,
Yes.
Carlos won.
Yeah.
That was Wimbledon.
Time.
So
So
I'm going
you
to
like-
I'm going to take Djokovic.
Well, I'm going to go against you, Joe. I'm going to take Carlos.
I know. I got to go with the old guy.
But we
I
got
always go with the old guy.
We still got to cross our fingers that that's what the match is going to be.
Right.
Well, that's what every television producer wants.
Right.
And it's going to be up against NFL football Sunday afternoon.
That's okay.
1 o'clock. But
That's
we're going to
okay.
get it on one TV up there
Somewhere, somehow.
with the afternoon
Corner
games.
TV.
It's-
Corner.
Well, whatever's got to be.
Somewhere.
Whatever's got to be, has got to be.
It's got to be up somewhere.
We'll just
because
spoil everybody's mood and just put it on the big screen.
which will last
No,
longer.
we'll have mutiny.
No, that ain't gonna happen.
Then we'll have a mutiny. Can't have that.
And
What else we got, Joe?
I'm going to say which one will last longer, the tennis match or the football games?
Tennis
the tennis match will last
Tennis match.
longer. If
Can we
those
make
two-
It very well could.
Can you take that?
No, it very well
Oh,
could.
Vegas, can you take that?
That'll give us something to watch in between the ends of the afternoon games and the start of the night game. We'll watch the end of the tennis.
Give us something to watch during the replays.
The women's side, yes, that too. And the women's side is totally wide open. I can't
Oh,
make a
it's so
prediction.
fun. It's so fun to watch. I love it. Man, got Collins.
Oh yeah,
God, she looks so good. Daniel.
yeah.
Yeah, I like her. She's not ranked or anything.
No,
but I
she's
just
not
love,
going to win it, but she's a good.
I just love watching her play. It's excellent.
Who do you guys like then?
I don't like anybody on the women's side. It's going to be brutal.
Pugila,
Pagula, yeah, she's stud. Coco Goff, I mean,
or Owens.
she struggled a little bit. Iga Swiatek. We got Ons Jabeur.
Owens,
Is
that's what I'm talking
right
about.
there, and
Yeah.
oh my God,
So
there's
tough.
so many women. Rabakina and
Pretty much you-
Svitolina and Sabalenka.
Pretty much you
I could
have
go on and
Iga.
on.
Pretty much you have Iga and everybody else.
So I wouldn't want to.
pretty
bet
much
on
that's how it is.
So we just suggest betting the men's side.
Just watch it. It's fun.
But yes, I do enjoy watching it myself.
Yeah.
So just final congrats to Victor Hovland winning the Golf Tour Championship.
Mhm.
As odds 25-1, as high as 25, and a cool 18 million.
And he's won a couple of them.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's great.
Yes. And Spain won the Women's World Cup. You
Yeah.
could have got 7-1. And
Good job, Spain.
all the track and field world champions, U.S. dominated.
Oh, amazing. Wasn't that amazing?
And if you watched any of that, that was awesome.
We had the fastest women and men.
Yep, we should do.
The 100 meter.
So, should we get into some You Got Hose?
You got hosed.
I don't know. Should I tell you my You Got Host?
Yeah,
I just brought up the soccer. It's from a couple weeks ago. It's that Sweden-Spain game.
Yeah.
The over and under was 2. And the score is 0-0 after 80 minutes.
10 minutes.
Surely you can't possibly go over 2 with only 10 minutes left in the game, plus injury time.
Usually that's about what you get is
Could
2.
it? Oh, but yes, it could. The team scored 3 goals in 8 minutes, make the game go over as Spain won 2-1. If you had the under 2, or even worse, maybe 2.5, you got host.
It was amazing how they scored those goals.
Bam, bam, bam. Just
Yeah,
like that.
and they just gave up when they scored the goal. They gave up on defense.
They sure did.
Well, mine is, man, you know, for months we keep waiting for week 1 of NFL.
Yes.
Months and months and months, right? That's what it seems like, you know. Then we finally get preseason. Now I know it's preseason. I'm the first one to say that I don't really like preseason that much. But to be honest with you, I still watch it.
Well, sure.
Yeah. And all of a sudden we get 3, and then all of a sudden, bam, we don't get 1 next week. And then
Right.
I know the regular season starts the week after that, but man, what a tease. I just feel like it's a tease. So I think that if you're an NFL fan, I think we got host.
You wish there was preseason this week.
Yeah, I have to admit that. Yes, sir.
You got hosed.
And
All right, that's it.
Okay.
That's a wrap, guys. Good job. Good info. Week 1.
week
Oh yeah, we're ready.
Yeah.
Thursday.
week 1,
Week
we have
college football.
We have football tomorrow. We got
We got games all weekend.
Yep. We got college football Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday.
That's it. So we'll do it next time.
Sounds great.
That's right.
Sounds
Welcome,
good.
Next
welcome
week.
back to Big Rich.
NFL preview.
Let's
Yes, yes, let's do it.
You've been listening to Covering the Field. Email us at coveringthefield@gmail.com for all your comments or questions. Find us on Twitter @CoveringField. And of course, always check out the website for our picks of the week and updated articles. coveringthefield.com.